Welcome back. Today we're diving into the concept of measuring liquid volume and weight. Let's get started. Measuring is really important because it helps us understand how much of something we have or how heavy something is. Volume, or sometimes called capacity, is how much space something takes up. When we measure volume, we're finding out how much liquid is in a container, like water in a bottle or lemonade in a cup. Weight is how heavy something is. When we measure weight, we're figuring out how heavy an object is, like a pumpkin or your backpack. So we need different units to measure volume and weight depending on what we're measuring. Let's take a look at the different units we use to measure volume and weight. We have two kinds of units, customary and metric units. When we measure liquid volume in customary units, we use gallons, quarts, pints, cups, and fluid ounces. For metric units, we use liters and milliliters. So if you're measuring a large container of liquid, you might use gallons or liters. For smaller amounts, you might use fluid ounces or milliliters. Now, let's talk about weight units. When we measure weight in customary units, we use tons, pounds, and ounces. For metric units, we use kilograms, grams, and milligrams. Let's look at some real-life examples of when we might use these units. Imagine you have a juice pouch. To measure the juice inside, you'd likely use fluid ounces or milliliters. Those are smaller measurements. But if you were measuring a bigger container, like a gallon of milk, you might use gallons or liters. Now, let's think about weighing your pet at the veterinarian's office. For something like a dog, the vet might measure its weight in pounds or kilograms. For smaller pets, like a cat, they could use pounds or grams. And if you're measuring something very small, like a hamster, you might use ounces or milligrams. So remember, for liquid volume, customary units include gallons, quarts, pints, cups, and fluid ounces, while metric units include liters and milliliters. For weight, customary units are tons, pounds, and ounces, while metric units are kilograms, grams, and milligrams. Always choose the right unit based on what you're measuring. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious and stay fresh.